Calling Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your show number and press pound. Enter your 6-digit PIN number. That was an invalid PIN for the Chris Jackson Show. Please re-enter your 6-digit PIN. If you think you have reached the... Enter your 6-digit PIN number. That was an invalid PIN for the Chris Jackson Show. Please re-enter your 6-digit PIN. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show, bright and early, bushy-tailed. It's a Sunday morning. Guess what? Y'all here for
Samsung Galaxy S9, S9 Plus in the house. Joining us on this beautiful morning, the amazing Miss Lexi Savides.
Good morning, everybody. So nice to be here bright and early.
And the man running the show, Mr. Stephen Beecham. Yo. All right, so if you don't use the internet and you stumbled across our show, you'll be very surprised today. You'll be really surprised.
All of the amazing things that we're going to see that we haven't seen before, maybe yesterday when things went out on the internet. But if you don't have the internet and you weren't looking on YouTube, then you wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, this is really our little pre-show before the actual Samsung S9 and S9 Plus reveal. This is happening basically the day before Mobile World Congress actually launches. It is happening out in Spain. What we're going to do here is kind of talk about this, but also, like we do with every show, you guys and gals can call in and be a part of this show to ask questions, talk about maybe what you want to see or what you're hoping for, or maybe if you've seen what we've seen, then you're like, let us know if you're impressed or not. The number to call us is down on the bottom of the screen. We'll let you all see it. 844-811-9561. Let's do it again. Let me see if my finger can do it.
Right.
Okay?
Let me put it back up.
Okay, let's go. Call 844-811-9561.
You got it wrong.
So we'll leave that on the screen. If you guys want to call this, I think this is accepting calls in both the U.S. and Canada.
Exciting.
So we're trying to help you all out.
But if you're not in the US or Canada, you can always use the CNET Live hashtag on Twitter, and we will jump onto that and read your questions and answer them too.
Yeah, in the past we've tried to not be spoilery, but I think we should just talk about what's out there, right?
Well, we've seen a video, so if you
let's just put up the video.
Know what we were alluding to, this is what happened yesterday online. This leaked.
Oh, hang on, didn't start. Here it goes. You just want
the mobile
we'll
workforce is fast approaching 2 billion people, doing business everywhere, demanding access and continuity to everything, every second of the day and night.
Oh, damn, the phone lines are filling.
We need a new kind of mobile phone for a new mobile reality. Introducing the Samsung Galaxy S9, the phone reimagined. Because being mobile means juggling many jobs at once, Galaxy S9's seamless multitasking lets you keep up to speed. And with Samsung DeX technology, we've reimagined the work phone to give you a PC-like experience the moment you plug in DexPad, giving you drag and drop capability, contextual menus, and resizable windows, not to mention a great presentation. In a fast-moving world, the Galaxy S9 makes sure nothing slows you down. Live translation lets you instantly make sense of the world around you. And because we've reimagined the camera, AR readiness means the AR technology is literally open and ready for business. So apps can be developed and customized as your people need them. Apps themselves can be paired quickly and easily together, giving you convenient shortcuts. And since the Galaxy S9 is water resistant, it keeps on working come rain or come shine. Built from the chip up with multiple layers of security, Samsung Knox is our defense-grade security platform. With enhanced biometrics, Intelligent Scan instantly recognizes you, letting you unlock your phone with just a glance or a touch. And the Galaxy S9 wisely separates business data from personal data, so you're protected even if your phone should ever fall into the wrong hands. Enterprise Edition is the comprehensive package that completes the phone designed for business today. Easy to customize and configure, it's a cinch to integrate and manage 24/7 with all your other existing devices. Firmware over the air lets your IT people control all updates remotely, keeping phones secure and productive no matter where they might be. Enterprise Edition also includes maintenance support, extended warranties, product guarantees, and security updates for up to 4 years. The workforce of today is more mobile than ever before. That's why it's time for a new kind of mobile phone. A phone engineered with advanced features, so now the perfect phone for you is the perfect phone for business. The Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. The phone, reimagined.
Oh, Lexi, are you
What?
awake?
What?
Are you awake?
What happened? What?
Good
was that?
morning.
Hi.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, everyone.
So-
We're back.
We're back. Okay, we're not saying that video was boring. We're not. It's just that's what leaked. That's what
What
leaked.
happened. That's what
leaked
happened. We
out.
saw that yesterday, and it doesn't leave much to the imagination. Let's put it that way. It
Even-
really doesn't.
Even honestly, last week, like everything that was out there was leaked from every spec possible. So, we know that the audience here is watching is smart as well. So what we're gonna do is all 10 phone lines are literally filled.
Well
Nice.
done.
Because you are
Well done.
beast. If you also don't want to call and leave a message with us, just use the hashtag CNET Live on Twitter, and we'll look those up and address some of those questions as well from what we know right now. But let's just start kind of going through the lines and see what we have. This is someone calling from the 610 that wanted to talk about what the evolution of the next couple of years of the Samsung would look like. Welcome to the show, CNET Live. What's your name?
Oh, do you have to engage him or something?
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hi.
How are we doing? I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm Rohan.
Rohan.
Hi, Rohan.
Yeah.
Rohan called like 10 minutes before the show actually started because he uses this tool
I
called
did.
Twitter that I teased to call us. What's going on, my man? What do you want to talk about today?
So I wanted to hear your thoughts on the screen that we're going to have on the phone, and kind of your thoughts on what evolution's going to look like over the next few years.
Well, from the screen standpoint, I mean, if you even look at the form factor and the specs that we've seen, the screen is basically, we're looking at an S8, quite honestly, with, the main difference in design-wise is that the fingerprint sensor on the rear side is going to be placed below the camera lens, not on the side of it. And I think that's a big, I know it sounds subtle, but it's a big step in usability of the fact that phones that have had that fingerprint sensor kind of down in the middle on the rear sweet spot has always been better than putting it horizontally side with the camera. So I think that if you talk about the evolution of the Samsung phone, today is a minor incremental upgrade, even from a standpoint of the battery life. I know is going to be basically the same, 3,000 for the milliampere hours for the S9, and then 3,500 for the S9 Plus. That's exactly the same as the S8 and S8 Plus, based on what reports and rumors and everything that has been thrown out there. So this is, I don't know if you'd call this necessarily a huge evolution, but it's more of there's going to be more software stuff here that we're expecting to see.
I know a lot of people were really excited about the prospect of having a fingerprint reader under the screen. At CES, we saw the Vivo phone, and I thought a lot of people were going to be going, "Oh, look, Samsung could be the first, big maker to actually have that, possibly with the S9." I think from the looks of the leaks, that's not going to happen. But I think if, Rohan, you were talking about like the evolution of the screen, I think that's really the next logical step about what all these phone manufacturers need to do to kind of push the boundaries a little bit more. We know that technology exists. We know it can be there. So we just want to see like when is actually the first kind of like big name phone going to have that released. I'm actually really excited. That's the one thing that I think I'm super looking forward to in screen tech. I mean, it is screen tech and it's kind of not, but I kind of want to lump it all in the same thing. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, are you excited about anything specifically for this keynote? It sounds like are you a Samsung guy?
I actually have an iPhone, but I'm thinking of switching over.
Oh, there's a lot of people in your camp.
Yeah, but probably not this iteration, to be honest. Just because of what you were saying, it's a very iterative update. It doesn't seem like there's anything too crazy. So maybe the next iteration. But nonetheless, I think I'm in the camp of getting excited about the fingerprint reader going underneath the screen, and I saw a bunch of stuff at CES with clear pixels, which is kind of interesting. Where the whole basically the screen itself is almost transparent. I think eventually we'll get somewhere in that realm, which would be really interesting. But I think once they start implementing things like 3D Touch, which they have on all the Apple devices, that could be interesting as well, just adding another dimension to the screen. So I'm excited to see where things go over the next couple of years, but yeah, some good insights.
Yeah, I think 3D Touch, I've always said this, it's still an underutilized interface because it's not ubiquitous. People still don't really use it. They don't even know it's there. The tech world does, and I find it convenient. I just thought that it would take off and be used in a lot more interesting ways than what it's a totally underutilized interface for me. And I think other companies can take advantage of the fact that Apple put it out there. You can obviously integrate it into other screens non-Apple and kind of give it more, really unlock it. It hasn't really been unleashed, so.
Yeah, I think the hardware is there. I think the software is just lacking right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm right there with you. Awesome. I'm a huge fan of all your stuff. Just want to call in. I tweeted at you. So
I saw that, or actually I saw that, Rohan, but I didn't want to tweet back because I was actually preparing the show.
Up to the very last second, literally.
Just messing with you. All right, well, hey, thanks so much for calling and being a part of it. All right, good morning. It's Sunday morning, so we got some good tech stuff coming.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
All right, thank you.
See you, Rohan.
All right, Rohan, first caller, number one stunner for the day. Let's jump into these. Again, we don't have your names here, so we kind of have an auto screening system right now because it's Sunday.
It is. We can't ask other people to come in and take the calls. We just ask the computer very nicely because the computer doesn't mind.
Yeah, let's go out here to the 347. It looks like we're talking Joey and Samsung Smart Battery Life. What's up, Joey? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Brian? Big fan.
Thank you so much. What do you want to talk about today?
Basically, why don't they move up the battery life to 3,500 milliamps on the regular S9, and then maybe 4,000? That seems not to be a big issue these days.
I have my thoughts, but did you want to throw anything out
on
there?
On the battery? No, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't know that much about Samsung's use of battery. I mean, I know this is definitely something that I think you have thoughts on, Brian. It's just something I think Samsung's been obviously very conservative with pushing the battery just because of those Note 7 issues.
Exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was going to say.
So I think that there's obviously, there is the capability to go further and to increase the milliamp hours. But I definitely know that Samsung is going to be very, very conservative with what they're going to do just because of the history there.
Yep.
And I can definitely understand that as a consumer. I mean, I definitely want the most battery life out of my device, but I think that they're going to try and eke that out through software rather than necessarily like pushing up the physical ability of that battery too.
Yeah, Joe, I think you make a great point, like to what Lexi said right off the top, right when I heard that. It's clearly because we know what happened with the Note 8. They're ultra sensitive about this. Could they pack in more juice? Probably, but they need to kind of build back that reputation so nothing like that ever happens again. On top of that, the point that you speak to, the number one thing that I think every consumer that has a phone today wants not only better battery life, like significantly better battery life, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's in a Galaxy phone, whether it's in a Pixel phone. We still haven't seen, how about this, one of the mainstream flagship phones get crazy battery life. I know the Moto, which Motorola phone was it back in the, had like about like a day battery life. I mean, this is a couple of years ago, but we need to see stuff like give us literally a full 2-day phone of battery life, or even 1.5. That's what's going to be a game changer. What people would even push them maybe to jump over to the side. So I think to your point, battery life. That's what we all want.
Hopefully the Galaxy X will have that. Hopefully.
Bring it next year, baby. We'll call back next year. We'll see if it happens. All right.
Thank you for taking my call.
All right. Thanks, Joey.
Thanks for calling.
Looks like we got Roger Chang on the line. CNET. What Roger? What is your official title right now?
Executive editor.
Executive editor. This is a very lofty title, all right? Don't play, all right? But Roger is over in Spain at Mobile World Congress here, like at the actually arena. We have a nice little photo of you right now.
Yeah,
but
turn on your camera.
we want you to
Roger.
turn on your camera to see your beautiful mug again.
My camera's on. The connectivity is not so great. I think that's why I'm.
Oh, it won't even let you.
Okay,
It won't even let you flip it
gotcha,
on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're
That's
gonna use the power of your still photo and B-roll. Hey, Roger, a lot of stuff has been leaked out already about the S9. We know this, but from your perspective, being there and what you know, what are you expecting to see, or what are maybe the things that could at least pique people's interest today?
Look, it's pretty obvious from a lot of the leaks and from their own teasers that the big focus is going to be on the camera. It seems like they're going to be teasing a little bit of augmented reality. They keep pushing us to download the Unpacked app, and I suspect that we'll be scanning a lot of things. They've got these large black boards up hanging above the stage that I suspect we'll be pointing our cameras at. They keep hinting at some magical AR experience, so we'll see what that's about. But I think most of this talk is going to be about the camera, how the camera performs in low light, how the camera performs when you're moving. Basically, going after the what customers really care about. It is camera and photo quality.
Absolutely. What about, have you heard much about the Dex Pad, their second kind of iteration of it? We saw this like sneak peek trailer that showed a little bit of it off, and even showed like how instead of the phone standing vertical, it's now sitting flat so that you could use it as some kind of a touchpad. Have you heard any buzz, or is that even any of interest for you?
Look, I mean, that's definitely more for business customers. I could see why a new Dex Pad that lays your phone flat makes a lot of sense. You'll be able to rest your phone and charge it, or plug in your speakers. And as you said, it could work as a keyboard. It could work as a touchpad. So it makes a lot of sense for a new Dex Pad to show up. And they've really been pushing that area more to business customers. It's not really something our readers and most consumers are going to want, but it's definitely something they're looking to push as they try to get more into the business space.
Roger, it's Lexi. I mean, I know we don't have a video image, but kind of describe the room, the layout of what's happening, because I know Samsung has, had a couple of times that they've had some kind of like floor and ceiling and wall screens. Are you seeing anything like that? Anything that might be a showstopper kind of visually that they're going to showcase?
So if you remember Mobile World Congress 2016 when they unveiled the Galaxy S7, it's a very similar setup. The stage is in the center of the venue. It's a large black stage. There are large solid curtains above it where they're flashing. Right now, they're flashing Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi signal, Wi-Fi password.
It doesn't work very well.
Get on that.
It doesn't work at all. Relax. But I think they'll be flashing a lot of random symbols for us to focus our phones on. I think that's going to trigger the AR experience, and that, my guess, is what the big unique thing is for this. But it feels very similar to the Mobile World Congress event from 2 years ago, in which everything's in the center. If you'll remember, that was the big VR heavy focus, in which we all put on headsets, and then Mark Zuckerberg showed up.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was good. All right, well, hey, Roger, settle in. We have our team that is covering the event live as it happens as well. So, Roger, thanks so much for calling in, and I'm gonna say shame on them for their Wi-Fi. I wanted to see your pretty face.
All right, guys, take care.
All right, thank you so much. So that's Roger Chang, executive editor of CNET Inside over in Barcelona. That
beautiful visual images.
Yeah, there's photos that are up on on his Twitter page,
exactly.
And all, our other editors that are over there. I did want to kind of keep on jumping through the phone lines, but before we do that, talk a little bit about how we mentioned the camera.
Absolutely.
And
that's
the camera, everything they've done to promote this, the camera reimagined. The big thing here is we've heard, and the rumors have pretty much confirmed, and even in that little video they showed, that the camera lens itself will be able to manually like switch between an f1.5 aperture and f2.4 aperture. Kind of you'll see like the lens around it letting in the light or not just kind of shrink. It's like it's a physical piece on the lens.
Actual blades.
Yeah.
So aperture works kind of like the pupil in your eye. It expands and contracts to let in more light or less light as it needs to be. So obviously in low light, your pupil is expanding greatly, so it can let in the most light possible. See, Brian's doing the beautiful visual right there. You see
f2.4. F1.5. Oh no, F1.5 opens up. F1.5 opened up.
And F2.4 closed, slightly more closed. Slightly more closed.
F1.5, F2.4. You just saw a preview of. You don't even need to watch the
you don't need to.
anymore.
We've got the entire scientific documentation here. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all. So it's really cool technology, but obviously, most phones. We've seen Samsung have a concept of this in one of their handsets last year.
Right?
Yeah, the flip phone. And so, not pretty much no other phone has this. This is something that's very specific, like camera technology. And, from until now, phones have basically had a fixed aperture. So all it was doing is basically adjusting the shutter speed and the ISO to change that exposure. Now it's going to give photographers a lot more flexibility. And obviously they're going to be pushing not those terms so much in terms of like having full manual control. I think that the way they're going to spin it is that obviously it's going to be improved performance in low light. So I'm interested to see like how they actually market this without getting too technical about it. And that's really interesting to see though, because I think this is something that is definitely going to pave the way this is the holy grail, really, in terms of a lot of smartphone photography. I know that I want a variable aperture phone. So much. So I'm super excited to see Samsung's going to do this, and then obviously, other phone makers down the track in 2018 are going to have to address this.
Yeah, if you look at this clip that we're showing right now, you can see
That's cool.
that actual, the ability for it to change aperture on the fly. And the other thing that shouldn't be understated as well is that this is an f1.5 aperture. The lowest we've seen, or the one that allows the most light, right? LG V30's 1.6. This is a 1.5. So this is the best we've seen in a smartphone camera ever to date. That alone itself is a big deal too.
But it is a like f1.6 to f1.5. It's
come on,
tiny. It's like a tenth of a stop or something. I don't even know the exact number there, but it's very small. It's significant. The biggest thing, though, that smartphones have to work on is the size of the sensor, and that is the trickiest thing. So once we get the variable aperture down, we're going to start having to get bigger sensors, because I know that's going to happen, and that's going to be the next holy grail to look for.
And I mean, it's crazy because we're already getting phones that are getting closer. I will never say it's on the DSLR level. But getting getting closer and closer.
It's getting closer. It depends what you want to do.
Yeah,
that's
true.
the thing. I mean, you can definitely achieve the bokeh effect. That shallow depth of field for portraits. That's pretty close, and that's pretty good.
Unless you have cool spiky hair. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work on that?
No.
The portrait mode?
Sometimes it gets all fuzzy out here. I'm like, come on, man.
You know what? You've got to try some of those third-party apps that are now doing the depth maps. I want to see. There's a bunch of other apps.
Which one do you have? Is there any one that stands out?
I'm using one called Halide at the moment.
Halide?
Halide, Halide. It's really interesting.
Hey.
Halide. But there's lots of different apps, and obviously with that technology that's coming to third-party apps, not just the iPhone's own portrait mode, I'm excited to see where it goes. Lots of cool features coming up. But we should get back to the calls.
Let's groove. Yeah,
the
keynote is expected to start somewhere around 9 a.m. Pacific time. Excuse me, morning frog in the throat. 12 p.m. Eastern time. Let's keep on hitting the call lines. We have our friend from the 224 wanted to talk about Galaxy S9 being worth the money. Welcome to the show. What's your name? CNET Live in the house.
My name is Don.
Don, welcome to the show.
Don.
Thanks so much for calling this morning.
Thank you. I just wanted to find out if the money was going to be, we thought it was going to be worth it compared to some of the newer phones that are also going to be released, like the Moto G6.
I don't, from a price standpoint, I don't think they've actually officially, that's one of the few things that has not been leaked out yet. The actual price of the S9, from what I've seen, I'm going to assume that it's going to be probably close to or in line with what the S8 is right now.
We heard a couple of rumblings that it might be about $100 more than the debut price of the S8. Obviously, in line with the increased features, and obviously we're thinking about the market that can tolerate a $1,000 phone with the iPhone 10. Like, we've seen the market can tolerate it. And I might not be able to tolerate $1,000, but definitely other people are, and other people are going there. So I think that Samsung has seen that, and I mean, as Brian said, we don't know exactly the price, and that's also going to come down to carriers too. But in terms of what I've seen rumor-wise, at least $100 more than the S8 debuted at.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks
for
Don.
calling.
Appreciate it. Don, the man. All right, let's keep on rolling down the phone lines. We've got our friend from the 901 looking for information on gaming. Are you just calling to make friends? Welcome to the show.
What? Hi, everyone. I just want to touch on a little bit of a little thing, not just gaming, but like the overall design of it. Like me, I am an Android fan, and I recently had purchased the iPhone X, and I spent 3 days with it, and I can tell you, just overall, I love the bezel-less screen and the big feel of it. And I actually returned it, and because I just wasn't an Apple user, I was so caught up in Android. It's just so much custom things you can do with the phone and things like that. As far as my concern is the overall power. Like I look for the camera and the power of it, and I'm a gamer as well. Mm-hmm. I just wonder, is it going to be able to tackle some of the, heavyweight games, something like that.
So are you basically trying to say you'd like to see some sort of a console level gaming, even like a Nintendo Switch level gaming on your phone? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, at least close to it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Honestly, I feel I really just based on the specs of some of these phones, like the high end phones. I honestly think they're ready to achieve at least a Nintendo Switch level of gaming performance. That's not a problem. What the issue is the developers. We haven't seen. There's a certain type of game that is successful on the phones that requires X amount of resources. But if you're talking about Nintendo pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into a game that's not on their own hardware, right? We know that Nintendo likes to build games for their own Nintendo hardware because that's how they sell their consoles, that's how they make their money. And Nintendo has been the company that has been so resistant to even bring something as simple. We've talked about this for years, Beach. A basic Super Mario Brothers port to an iPhone or an Android phone, not side loading it for $5. That is true. They haven't even done that, right? So it comes down to me, game studios, AAA game studios, deciding to invest and take their resources specifically to mobile. And it can't just be one game, right? If we were hoping that our phones could get to a console, I mean, you need to see like 3 or 4 or 5 games that are at that level, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start taking this seriously as a gaming like console level gaming device. I don't want to offend people that are like, I'm a gamer, I'm on my phone. I get that, right? So I think that's the biggest challenge. They're more than powerful and ready to do it. But I think what we're now seeing is these phones, the gaming that's going to be unique to them, and it's always like software that's unique to a device, is going to be that AR augmented reality gaming. And that's where this type of stuff is going to be able to kind of take gaming to another level. We just have to wait to get there. But the hardware's in place.
Exactly, and we've seen benchmarks as well, like the Snapdragon 845, which is kind of the new chip that's been benchmarked, and it's kind of got blistering speeds. The Exynos 9810 has also done really, really well in those benchmarking too. I mean, obviously benchmarking is kind of not the be-all and end-all of performance. As Brian said, it's all to do about, developing and optimizing for that particular chip and that platform as well. But we know the hardware is there. If the benchmarks and the specs have anything to say, I mean, we're ready. It's all there. It's now just about leveraging that platform and making it the best it can be, based on the hardware.
Yeah. Can I touch one other thing if I got the time?
I'll let you touch. Bro.
Okay. The design. Now, I noticed that LG did this, and I see that Samsung is doing it as well. And I'm the type of person that, I will purchase a phone if the total design has changed. And I noticed they do like they have the S8 and now they have the S9, V30, they had the V20 and the V10, and pretty much nothing has changed as far as the design, but more of like the internal software and updating the storage. And now that Apple has made the iPhone X, and you see the whole bezel-less look with the OLED display, which is what I really wanted to try, and I kind of fell in love with it. Now, why is it they're more of steering towards like the internal things, and I think they just gets the V30S, and that's more on the AI features. Like, are we going to see something that's going to be a total, like, wow, like, this is just incredible type of feel, type of look, the draw, consumers into it? Oh, I want this. This is it.
I mean, I think, what it is, as this market has matured, and the keynote looks like it's going to be starting pretty soon, so we'll kind of answer this question, and then everyone else that's on the phone line is going to hang out. But I think the biggest thing is that, as phones have matured more, I feel like phones are all starting to look the same anyways. And now it comes, look, the whole goal is to get this to be a single piece of glass with no buttons that is super thin. Like, that's what, in the future. But most of these phones, they basically look the same. So it comes down to ecosystem. It comes down to exclusive features that make you unique, like animojis. If that's your thing, if that's your bag. But I'm not as concerned anymore as much of the hardware as I am about what the phone can do. And we've started seeing camera being one of the biggest things that people are attracted to with phones these days. So
exactly. Well, it sounds like something's happening at the keynote. Something's starting.
Sorry we couldn't talk more, bro. But what was your name?
Oh, it's cool. Thanks for having me.
What was your name? You never told us your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can call me CJ.
CJ, thanks for calling,
All right,
CJ.
CJ. Everybody else, you can hang with us. We'll be back after the keynote. Samsung's Galaxy S9, S9 Plus reveal happening right now. Check it out.
That's it? You can do it? There you go. There you go.
Come on. You can do it.
You can be anything you want to be. Anything.
You got it.
You can do it. There we go. There we go.
Do you think you can handle it?
Can't. Can apostrophe T spells can't. You can't play with us. Can't.
Tell me what you think of this.
Today, I'm doing the finishing touches on the bike.
Can't you just get a real job?
C-A-N-T. Can't.
Do you think you can handle it?
I got sober.
With all these things that I've done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage President, Head of IT Mobile Communication Division, DJ Code.
I got sober.
Welcome everyone, and thank you.
Ladies and
It's an
gentlemen,
exciting time to be at Mobile World Congress.
Head of IT Mobile Communication Division.
Incredible advances in technology have created the perfect conditions for innovation and change. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, augmented and virtual reality, faster networks, more powerful processors, the Internet of Things. And now, with connected devices everywhere powered by AI, what we like to call the intelligence of things. This week, companies from across our industry have come to show us how they intend to change the world. But I have a different view. I believe we overestimate our impact and inflate our role. It's not technology companies that change the world. It's people. We may deliver new capabilities and add new features, but it's only when technology is in people's hands that real magic happens and our lives are transformed. It's you who are the true creators and innovators. You are the ones who see new possibilities that open the door to a universe of new experiences. There is no better proof than the mobile phone. It started out as a simple idea, a device to make phone calls on the go. But when you saw what it could do, you wondered what else was possible. If I can make a call, why not send an email? Why can't I listen to music? Why can't I take pictures or watch videos? At Samsung, we are inspired by the questions you ask. We are a company of researchers, innovators, designers, and engineers who have a deep commitment to listen to our customers. Every question challenges us to work harder to turn today's impossible ideas into tomorrow's essential capabilities. This is why we built the first mobile phone with an MP3 player and the first phone with a built-in camera. It's what led us to create the phablet and pioneer the infinite display. Now, we are even more excited by what's possible when you turn can't into can. Your ideas and passion have transformed the communications and changed how we live. But for all the progress we have made, there's still a lot of work to do. Technology is still too complicated. There are too many steps. Too many features don't get used. To tackle this next great challenges, we are committed open innovation so all your smart devices will work seamlessly across your connected life. Fragmentation and complexity will become a thing of the past. Today, we are unveiling a new Galaxy smartphone with powerful software and services to manage every facet of your connected life. A smartphone with a personalized intelligence of Bixby, which learns from you to simplify. Now, you get things done. A smartphone that includes the new SmartThings app to provide a unified and easy way to control all your SmartThings devices. A smartphone that lets you share images and videos across your smart TV and Family Hub refrigerator. And a smartphone with Samsung Health to help you live a better, healthier life. For years, we have been one of the only companies to offer a built-in heart rate monitor. Now, we are adding an advanced optic sensor to track how hard your heart is working. And we are partnering with the University of California, San Francisco School of Medicine for the first research program to use this sensor to measure blood pressure. Tracking health and fitness is just one way people use phones that we didn't imagine at the beginning of the smartphone era. But of all the changes we have seen, nothing is more important than how images are replacing words and how visuals have become the new language for self-expression. It's not the text we send or the updates we post that convey who we are anymore. And the most important function of a phone is not making calls. It's to capture the fleeting moments that express what you want to say in an instant by taking photos and selfies, sending emojis, and sharing videos. Last year, people took 1.2 trillion photos on their smartphones. Every day, they shared 10 billion videos and sent 5 billion emojis. Clearly, the social media generation has revolutionized the way people communicate and transformed the way we all use our phones. But if how you use your phone has changed, how you build it has not. We still squeeze a camera into a device meant for talking. And while cameras have gotten better, they don't take great pictures in low light. Action shots are still blurry. At Samsung, we believe it's time for a new kind of phone, not just a great smartphone that takes good pictures. A breakthrough camera that sees the world clearly in any light. Build around an amazing smartphone. Inspired by your ability to take us to places we never imagined we'd go. I'm thrilled to unveil the first smartphone built for the way you use your phone today. And the only smartphone with the power to help you reimagine how you will experience the world tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. This is the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Senior Vice President, Product Marketing, Justin Dennison.
Well, hello, everyone. I am so thrilled to be here to tell you about the amazing Galaxy S9. Now, we smartphone owners know from experience that the way we're using our smartphones is changing. Whereas originally, our phones were designed for, well, making phone calls. But we don't use our phones like this so much anymore. We use them like this. We send photos, GIFs, and emojis. We communicate through video chat. And when we see something funny, we don't write about it. We capture it. And we do this all on our smartphones. They're the most personal devices in our lives. They're how we express ourselves and how we share things with the people we love. And at Samsung, we're committed to creating phones that reflect the way you live your life today. And that's why we created the Galaxy S8 and Note 8, introducing an infinity display that lets you see and do more, changing the way that we create and communicate. And today, we're building on that commitment. We're bringing you a phone that lets you capture every fleeting moment, interact with the world intuitively, and express yourself like never before. The Galaxy S9. Thank you. Thank you. When we released the Infinity Display, most people had never seen anything like it. Its groundbreaking design offered more screen in less space and quickly set a new industry standard. With the S9, we've built on this foundation, taking the same immersive end-to-end display and refining it even further. We've created a design so sleek and unified, you can hardly tell where the screen ends. And as always, there's no notch. We've also refined the back of the phone, and it's as beautiful as the front. So take the fingerprint scanner, for example, which we all know is one of the most popular ways that we like to unlock our phones, which is why we didn't get rid of it. Instead, we listen carefully to your feedback, and we move the fingerprint scanner directly below the camera, where it's even easier to reach naturally. Thank you. And because we believe that in giving you more choice and convenience, we're also introducing Intelligent Scan. Intelligent Scan adapts to your needs, combining the key elements of iris scanning and face recognition to make it even easier for you to unlock your phone in more situations. And the feedback we collect from you extends to colors, too. And thanks to your input, the Galaxy S9 comes in 4 stunning colors: midnight black, titanium gray, coral blue, and the all-new, one-of-a-kind lilac purple, which I have a hunch is going to be a crowd favorite. And now, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, I want to give you a chance to see how beautiful the Galaxy S9 will look in your hands. But, because we haven't released it yet, we're going to use some magic here. So get ready. The magic of augmented reality to show you how the S9 will look up close and personal. So for those of you here in Barcelona, I'd ask you to take off your unpacked badges and hold them in front of you, face up. Okay, go ahead. I'll give you a second to do this. Now, once you have your badge out, make sure you take your phone out too. I know we usually ask you to put phones down, but this time bring it out and open the Unpacked app on your phone. There's a little button in the corner that says AR, click that. Now scan your badge facing you there with your phone. And as you do that, what's going to happen is your badge is going to transform into the Galaxy S9 right there in your hands. Oh yeah, I'm hearing some oohs and ahs. So you're getting it. Now you've probably figured out that you can tilt it back and forth, side to side, top to bottom. You can check out the beautiful aluminum frame. Now, in case you haven't figured it out yet, you can flip over your badge, and now you can look at the back of the phone. Now, when you do this, this is when you need to check out all the colors. So at the bottom, you can select colors, pick your favorite one. Of course, you've got to check out the lilac purple. And so for those of you watching on the live stream, you should see what we're seeing, but on your screen. The gorgeous Galaxy S9 with a sleek, refined infinity display. A totally uninterrupted screen that stretches nearly all the way across the front of the device. And it looks great in your hand too, right? Now, where I'm glad that you got a chance to experience the S9 up close and personal, I'm going to have to be the bad guy and ask you to put your phones away, your Galaxy S9s away for a minute, because I don't want you to miss what comes next. So there you have it, folks. Your first personal sneak preview of the Galaxy S9. So from front to back and outside in, this device is designed for the visual and social generation. And while it starts with an amazing display that you just saw in your hand, it also extends to one of the most fundamental tools in our lives, the camera. And to create the S9, we completely reimagined the camera and built an amazing phone around it to create the ultimate tool for communication and self-expression. And from the outset, we challenged ourselves with a different set of questions. What if your smartphone camera could adapt your environment just like the human eye? What if it could radically slow down time? What if it could put more self into self-expression? And what if it could literally translate the world around you? Well, today we're going to answer those questions, and to help us do that, please help me welcome your favorite demo enthusiast and mine, Mr. John Wong.
Thanks, Justin. How's it going, Barcelona? Yeah. So, I was out with a few friends the other night, and we wanted to take a group photo. Because it was dark out, and everyone knows I have the latest Galaxy device, of course, we used my camera. Most smartphone cameras just won't cut it after the sun goes down. At Samsung, we've always been committed to leading the industry with our camera technology. And this year, we're building on that foundation with our most groundbreaking camera yet. We've reimagined what's possible to help you take brilliant photos at any time of day. For inspiration, we turned into an incredibly powerful image capturing tool, the human eye. See, the eye naturally adapts to different lighting situations. When it's bright out, your pupils shrink down. When it's dark, they get larger. If they didn't, you'd either be blind as a bat at night or blinded by the sun during the day. And yet, that's how most smartphone cameras have worked. Until now. The Galaxy S9 has a dual aperture smartphone camera that's actually designed to work like the human eye. If it's bright outside, the camera will automatically use the smaller aperture. And when it gets dark, the camera switches over to a wider aperture. In fact, the widest ever included in a smartphone. So you can take bright, clear shots day and night. With dual aperture, we've used our industry-leading hardware to reimagine the camera down to its foundation. And we brought that same expertise to the image sensor. With the S9, we've integrated a DRAM memory chip directly into the camera as part of our new super speed dual pixel image sensor. That means the camera itself can process 4 times as much image data as before to minimize noise and create a noticeably clearer image in low light. Combined with dual aperture, this means that you can take incredible shots, whether it's super bright or super dark. Now, your eyes probably just took a few moments to adjust in the sudden change in lighting, but the S9's camera adjusts instantly to take the perfect shot. See, when the lights were dim, we actually took a photo with the S9. Take a look. Pretty great, right? When we set out to reimagine the camera, we focus on the experience our users love the most. And everyone loves slow-mo. It's one of the most popular shooting modes because it makes everything look totally epic. The great part about slow-mo is you don't need to be filming a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's all about radically slowing down time to make everyday moments epic, which is why we're taking slow-mo to a whole new level with the S9 camera. Remember that new super speed image processor we talked about? Well, our DRAM memory chip powers the S9's all-new super slow-mo experience. With super slow-mo, you can record videos at an incredible 960 frames per second. That means you can stretch 0.2 seconds of time, about the length of a blink, into a 6-second masterpiece. So, want to see what this looks like in action? We've invited our favorite slow-mo experts, the slow-mo guys, to give it a test run. These guys, I know, right? Awesome. These guys make awesome slow-mo videos, and they've pretty much perfected the art. Let's see what they've created with super slow-mo on the S9 camera.
God, this is scary. Oh, get on with it. Yeah. Oh, it's about to go. Oh, God, this is scary. Go, go, go! Hello, I'm Gav. I'm Dan. We're the slow-mo guys. We did name ourselves appropriately. Let's test this bad boy out. For the light? Sure. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Loving it. Stop, stop. Ooh. 2, 1, go. No! Jeez! The only question I have now is, are you ready? Nail it.
Perfect. Good box position. Perfect.
Nailed me right in the nose there. You want to do it again? No.
Nah, I didn't think you would.
Can I dry off? Yeah, right.
Sweet. Let me watch this again. You go get dry.
All right, all right.
Love those guys. Awesome. If you want to learn how to make your own super slow-mo videos on the S9, Dan will be hosting a short session after the show. And Gav and Dan will be sharing their full set of tips and tricks on our Samsung YouTube channel in the next few weeks. Now, just for comparison's sake, let's take a look at how super slow-mo stacks up against typical slow-mo on a smartphone. Video on the left is normal slow-mo. The one on the right is super slow-mo on the Galaxy S9 camera. Just look at that difference. And it's not just short clips. Using multi-take, you can record longer videos with up to 20 different slow-mo scenes. That means you can slow down the action at just the right moments. What's better than a cat video? That's right, a super slow-mo cat video. There you go. And for those moments that are hard to time just right, we have auto capture. Just choose an area on screen, and any motion within it will trigger super slow-mo. So you can capture the magic exactly when it happens. And you can also turn your slow-mo video into a GIF, which you can play forward, backward, or on a loop. Super slow-mo lets you capture fun memories and create amazing moments that you can share with your friends. Now, let's check out how cool it is to create your own masterpiece. All I do is open up the camera, go to super slow-mo, and in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I think we got it. Let's check it out. How cool is that? How cool is that? All right. I'm totally gonna play it again. You gotta see it again. Sorry. Have you ever seen water look that good? And every time you make a video, automatic background music is added, and you can customize it to the perfect mood. And if that wasn't enough, let's check it out in reverse. Nice. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Of course, there's some videos that make you smile so much, you'll want to see them all the time. So you can set your slow-mo video as your lock screen to give your infinity display a unique personal touch. Wow. Super slow-mo videos can be heartwarming or hilarious. Our partners at the Dodo and BuzzFeed have already created some pretty great ones on the Galaxy S9. I'm sure all of you will be just as creative when you make your super slow-mo debuts, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. And no matter how many photos or videos you take, you don't have to worry, because the S9 comes with a micro SD slot, which lets you expand your base storage. You can use dual aperture, multi-frame processing, and super slow-mo on both the S9 and S9 Plus cameras. And now, for the very first time, we're bringing the incredible dual camera to the Galaxy S series with the S9 Plus. The S9 Plus comes with both a wide-angle lens and a telephoto lens. And it has optical image stabilization in both lenses. So you can take clear, focused shots, whether you're snapping a close-up portrait or a wide shot that captures more of the action. You're not just creating memories, you're creating art. With live focus, the S9 Plus lets you take beautiful portraits by adjusting the blur of the background to make the subject really stand out. And you can do it even after you've taken the shot. Best of all, you can use all these incredible new camera features no matter where life takes you. Because, of course, the S9 is protected from the elements with water and dust resistance. Dual aperture for amazing shots day and night. A new super speed image processor for epic super slow-mo videos. And a powerful dual camera on the S9 Plus. This is what it means to completely reimagine the camera. But we didn't stop there. We also made a camera that brings a whole new level of visual intelligence to your phone. And to tell you how, please welcome Aaron Willis.
Thanks, John. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today to tell you more about how we reimagined the camera. Now, it seems like we're always searching for new ways to personalize the messages we write. That's how we got emoticons. Remember those? And then we had emojis, and then even more emojis. But they were all just symbols and shortcuts that helped us to express a thought, a mood, an emotion, but never quite captured us as individuals. This year, we're changing all of that with augmented reality. Now, you can use either your front or back camera to map your unique facial features and expressions and create emojis that actually look like you. It's amazing, right? John, do you mind coming back up here for a second to show everyone how it works?
Sure thing, Aaron. The really cool thing is with AR emoji is that it's super simple and easy to create them and personalize them. So let's check it out. Let me just plug the cord back in. No worries. And we're good. So all we do is open up the camera, go to AR emoji, create my emoji, and now use the front-facing camera to take a photo. It's actually as simple as taking a selfie. Just remove my glasses so it gets a clear view of my face. There we go. Now it's taking my image and creating my AR emoji. And there it is.
Nice.
All right, wait. It's a bit generous with the hair. But no worries. We can personalize that. So let's go over to this one. Okay, wait.
Definitely not.
I'm not completely bald.
No.
But how about this one?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, great. So now let's accessorize.
No, try the next ones.
That one?
Perfect.
Great. And lastly, wardrobe.
Not that one. Yeah, I think black t-shirt looks good.
Black t-shirt?
Yeah.
Perfect. Press OK. And now, personalizing my AR emoji.
See how it mirrors his actual facial expressions? You can even add voice messages to them. Plus, the S9 will generate 18 personalized emojis, all modeled after you. And here's the best bit. You can share all the emojis you create with your friends, no matter what kind of smartphone they have. And because we want users to enjoy the freedom that comes with open platforms and ecosystems, you can also use them with third-party apps like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. John, how about we show them these emojis in action?
Sure thing, Aaron. I just pulled up that AR emoji I created of me. Check out those eyebrows.
Nice.
Those are on point. And there's several other fun characters you can choose from.
Go with Bunny.
Bunny?
Yeah, that's cute.
Bunny. Okay, that was pretty cool. So, the other night I was with Justin, and he absolutely insisted that he do a live demo at Unpacked. And we both agreed that AR emoji would be the best one. So hey, Justin, let's check out your AR emoji.
Hey, thanks, John. Finally, you've let me into one of your live demos. I'm sporting, well, like you know, they're so easy to use, I can't stop with just one. So this is Monday morning, Justin, looking professional. Let me try a couple others on you. This is Saturday night, Justin. He's ready to go out. He's wearing his chain. And in the spirit of the upcoming World Cup, I thought I'd try out World Cup Justin. Here he's rooting for Team Spain. What do you think? What do you think, guys? What's your favorite?
I mean, they're all pretty awesome, but you kind of stole my thunder. I still like mine better. Aaron, what do you think?
Oh, guys, it's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with John. Sorry, Justin.
Oh.
Yes. Well, let me show you how I feel with one of the 18 personalized emojis that were created. Let's go with that one.
Nice.
That's how I feel.
Amazing. Thank you guys for helping me out. And if you don't want to create your own emoji, you can use some of the other familiar faces, including one of the world's biggest celebrities. He's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he's been a titan of the industry for over 8 decades. That's right, it's Mickey Mouse. Thanks to an exciting new partnership with Disney, you can bring to life some of your favorite characters, including Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and even The Incredibles. With AR emoji, the camera helps you express yourself like never before. It's not just a lens for looking at the world, but also a tool for interacting with it in new ways. Last year, we introduced Bixby, our artificial intelligence platform that helps you do more with your phone, and it keeps getting better every day. Let's say you want to translate a foreign language. Now, Bixby uses AR to show you search results in real time. Just hold up your camera, and Bixby will automatically detect the language and translate it for you live. Here in Barcelona, Bixby would be a real lifesaver for me. Now, I know the basics in Spanish, but sometimes you need more than that, especially when it comes to ordering food. I don't know about you, but I like to know exactly what it is that I'm eating before I get it. So tomorrow, when I'm out for lunch, I'll definitely be using Bixby to help me. Let's check it out. So first, open up the camera. Then I choose Bixby. Then you select text search. I wonder what bacalao al horno could be. You hold it up. And Bixby will translate it for me live. Baked cod. Sounds good. Isn't that great? As Bixby keeps improving, there are more ways than ever to use it in your everyday life, like helping you track what you eat, which is amazing for a health-conscious person like me. Now, your camera can identify what food is on your plate and log the nutritional information directly into Samsung Health, so you don't have to spend ages adding it manually. As DJ mentioned earlier, Samsung has always been committed to the idea that technology can help us live better, healthier lives. We want you to spend more time on the things that matter, and we want Bixby to make your everyday life easier. Now, I love shopping, and one of my favorite things to buy is makeup. However, if I want the right color foundation, for example, I have to visit a store in person. But I have a really busy life, and I don't always have the time. Now, Bixby makes this whole process really simple with makeup mode. Thanks to our partnerships with leading cosmetics brands Sephora, CoverGirl, and Amore Pacific, Bixby lets you try on makeup virtually. And if you like something, you can use Bixby to buy it through your camera. At launch, this will be available in the US, Canada, Korea, and China. As other companies join our platform, there'll be more opportunities to use AR to improve the way you shop. But that's not all. The S9 will also be compatible with Google AR Core, and developers are already working on creating amazing new AR apps and experiences for Galaxy users. So, after all this, I'm sure you can tell that I really love this camera. Not only because it takes the best pictures, but because it makes everything in your life easier, from shopping to eating to traveling. And with AR, the S9 camera will revolutionize the way you work, play, and interact with the world around you. To tell you more about the incredible S9, please welcome Mark Notton.
Thank you, Erin. It's great to be here in Barcelona. With the S9, we didn't just reimagine the camera, we designed an amazing phone to match. It lets you see and interact with the world around you like never before. And it's a gateway to countless other worlds, the ones where our favorite films, books, and shows all play out. With the S9, and the S9 Plus, we've created an unparalleled viewing experience. These displays are totally immersive. The S9 at 5.8 inch and the S9 Plus at 6.2 inch. And they look great too. We all know Barcelona is a stunning city, and it never looks better than when viewed through the screen of an S9. Vivid colors, gorgeous details. This is a screen that really pulls you inside. And with the S9, we've boosted the brightness of the screen. So in the brightest daylight or the darkest night, everything will look crisp and clear. Now, having an amazing display is really important to our users. But for a truly immersive viewing experience, the sound has to be amazing too. The S9 features speakers on both ends of the device. They're the loudest ever in a Galaxy phone. Loudest ever. Loud. Thank you. These are new AKG-tuned dual stereo speakers, and they've allowed us to do some truly incredible things with our partners at Dolby. Think back to the last time you went to your local cinema. The sound was totally immersive, right? Well, we've brought that feeling to the S9 with Dolby Atmos, bringing cinematic sound to a mobile device. Dolby Atmos takes advantage of the S9's new stereo speakers to move sound all around you in 3 dimensions, so you can fully lose yourself in the film you're watching. And it works whether you're listening to the S9's amazing new speakers or on your own pair of headphones, by simply connecting them to the convenient headphone socket at the bottom of the device. Thank you. We've made these changes because the fact is, many of us watch videos and films on our smartphones. And when we do, we're usually on the move. So, with the S9, whether you're streaming a video or playing an online game, you'll get a better experience than ever before. The S9 is powered by one of the most advanced chipsets on the market, which means you can get speeds faster than gigabit LTE. And we support the most advanced networks, so you can have some of the fastest downloading speeds available on a smartphone. Now, I don't know about you, but I rarely get a chance to watch a film these days without interruption. More often, when I'm on my phone, I'm doing several things at the same time. So, at Samsung, we're constantly improving the entire multitasking experience. Now, when you get a notification, you can just drag it down and open it in a new window, right on top of the current one. So you can respond to a message without interrupting the video you're watching. And multitasking isn't about just doing more at once. It's also about seamlessly switching between tasks. Our home screen now supports horizontal orientation. So when you're switching between apps, you don't have to keep flipping your phone around. And after a long day of streaming movies and playing games, recharging your phone will be a piece of cake, because the S9 comes equipped with fast wireless charging. The key word being fast, so you can get a quick, convenient charge without worrying about cords. To create the S9, we listened intently to your feedback and your ideas to give you an experience that's more comfortable, more immersive, and more in tune with how you live your lives. This is a device that revolutionizes the way we think about smartphones can be and what they can do for a generation that's more visual and more social than ever before. The S9 is our vision for the future of mobile phones. But before we get a chance to take a look at it in person, our next speaker is going to take you through our vision for software, services, and security for today's consumers and businesses. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Executive Vice President, Head of Software and Artificial Intelligence, E.S. Chung.
Thank you all, and hello to everyone joining us from all over the world. I'm so pleased to join Samsung's leadership team as the head of the software research and development. I've always been excited about the power of technology to make life easier. In my 15 years at Samsung, I've been honored to help our devices grow from the standard feature phones of the early 2000s to the smartphones we love today. And I'm thrilled to help lead our expedition into the new frontiers of virtual reality, augmented reality, AI, and machine learning. Our aim has always been to provide the best possible experience, combining the best hardware with the most advanced software. We believe you cannot have one without the other, but with both, you can have a profound impact on people's lives. That's why we've become a global leader in chips, displays, and sensors, and created software and services that revolutionize the way you work and live, with the mobile device at the center of your connected life. Today, Galaxy phones routinely do things we never would have imagined, like organize your schedule, buy your groceries, track your calories, translate a page, and even create an emoji that's truly you. That's our vision for software and services. Not just make great phones, but to help you get the most out of them. Not just to make your experience better, but to make them faster, easier, and even more intuitive. And on millions of Galaxy devices right now, you can see this vision at work. Take Samsung Pay, for example. We started this service because we believe payment should be as easy as a single touch. That's why we made it compatible with most payment systems. Today, Samsung Pay is available in 20 markets, and we are continuing to expand to make the mobile payment even more accessible. With Samsung Health, we are giving people tools to live healthier lives. The experience is as simple as wearing a wristband, touching a sensor, or taking a photo of your plate of food. And Samsung SmartThings, we brought one of the largest IoT ecosystems under a single umbrella, so controlling the most important devices in your life is as easy as flipping a switch. And with Bixby, we have created an intelligence platform that makes it easier to use your phone the way you want. It adapts to your behavior and anticipates your needs. And with powerful AR capabilities, it helps you understand the world around you and express yourself in new ways. And these are just a few of the software and services that are radically transforming our lives. And they are just the tip of the iceberg. In a world of connected technology, security is more important than ever because our data is our most valuable possession. And consumers need to know that the data is safe, and companies need to handle data with great care and responsibility. And that's why, from our software APIs all the way down to our chipsets, security is integrated throughout our devices with Samsung Knox. And Knox has received more government security approvals and top rankings from industry analysts than any other platform. And because security is a top priority for consumers and for businesses, we have made sure Knox is enterprise ready. For our enterprise customers, we offer a full suite of services to help corporate IT managers configure, deploy, and update all their devices easily, including through the cloud. We made Knox work for business because workplaces are changing rapidly. More and more, we are taking our work home with us and bringing our personal lives and our personal devices to the office. From healthcare to finance to manufacturing, businesses all across the world are turning to Galaxy devices, and we are helping them create flexible, productive workspaces with Samsung DeX. DeX lets power a PC-like environment straight from your phone. Users and companies love DeX, so we've made it even better. We've introduced a brand new DeX pad and Knox integration to create a seamless experience for IT managers. And services like Samsung DeX are among the most exciting frontiers of technology. But as I said earlier, they don't stand alone. They build on a foundation of amazing hardware, powerful security, and intuitive software. And now, embedded throughout it all is, guess what? Intelligence. Bixby will unite all the different devices and bring our vision of truly connected world to life. Our goal for Bixby is threefold. It will be ubiquitous, available on any and all devices. It will be personal, understanding and anticipating your needs. And most importantly, it will be open, inviting future growth and innovation. Every day, Bixby is learning and getting better, while our engineers push the boundaries of mobile intelligence to the next level. We will be sharing very exciting news about Bixby later this year, so please stay tuned. I wish I could tell you more, but sorry. But I promise I'll be back. For now, I hope you will enjoy seeing everything about Galaxy devices can do, and starting with the incredible S9. And now I'd like to invite back to the stage DJ Ko.
I got so good.
Thank you, yes. And thank you all so much for joining us. As you can probably tell, we are very excited by the new Galaxy S9. And more exciting news, you can check it out starting on March 16th when it's available in retail stores. If that's too long to wait, you can pre-order at Samsung.com and our partner retail stores. In addition, we have worked with our partners to offer high trade-in values on your current phone when you upgrade to S9. The Galaxy S9 Enterprise Edition, a complete package customized for enterprise customers, will also be available on March 16th. I invite you to explore more and enjoy all the amazing new experiences the S9 offers. At our Mobile World Congress exhibition space, you can see firsthand how the Samsung Galaxy S9 will make your life easier, healthier, and more fun. Please, come and check it out. Thank you.
Don't bring that bad game with ya. Leave it at the door. Some cold-blooded killer. Take it out for show. Make a new kind of 9 to 5. That's what we gon' do. Yeah. Let's not complicate it. Trouble making. What's the point if you can celebrate and the good times multiply? Just be you. Ain't got a mister. I'll dance with you till it's let 'em in, till it's let 'em in. Here's an invitation to the whole wide world. From your brother to your sister to your best friend's girl. When it's music, everybody gets stupid. Everybody gets stupid. Everybody gets unpredictable and radical. Never stuck and steady. Once you get it, then you won't let go. Some call it foolish. I say it's foolish. Everybody gets stupid. Everybody gets stupid. Everybody gets Don't bring that bad game with ya. Leave it at the door. Some cold-blooded killer. Take it out for show. Make a new kind of 9 to 5. That's what we gon' do. Yeah. Let's not complicate it. Trouble making. What's the point if you can celebrate and the good times multiply? Just be you. Don't bring that bad game with ya. Leave it at the door. Some cold-blooded killer. Take it out for
Woo! Yo.
Oh yeah.
Uh.
Oh yeah. Feeling
Let's go,
it.
let's go,
Feeling
let's
it.
go. Oh. All right, everybody. Welcome back. That was the Galaxy S9, S9 Plus reveal. Lexi Savides, Brian Tong, and Stephen Beecham in the house. Lexi, I guess highlights for you, because it was overall iterative. We knew everything that was coming, but any highlights that stuck out to you?
Yeah, there were a couple of interesting things that I think were really underrated from, I guess, kind of both their presentation and kind of what we heard in those leaks and the coverage that came out. So I think headphone jack, huge deal for me. I think that's great. And they made a nice little dig there. They had a couple of digs at Apple, which were kind of interesting, including the notch in the headphone jack. But for me, the cool feature that we were kind of talking about as we were watching the presentation was, hey, landscape orientation for the home screen. That to me is a huge deal. I think that's incredibly underrated. The camera obviously is really cool. I wish that they showed us a little bit more evidence of that low light performance. There wasn't really any kind of photo samples, comparisons.
That's exactly what
like
we were talking about. Like during,
yeah.
we don't want to interrupt the keynote, but while we watch it, we're always like just goofing around and talking about. But you've got to show some actual photo evidence to show us how good this really is compared to what it was before and what the competitors are doing. With cameras being such, maybe sometimes what will push you to one phone versus the other. We didn't see any single comparison. And I feel like in the past they've shown photo comparisons before, but for this phone, they did not. And if the title of this whole keynote was The Camera Reimagined, they should have really milked a section focusing on the camera.
I would have loved
They did the
that.
super slow-mo,
Yeah.
which was fun, but the actual camera photos, which is what we actually take more of than slow-mos all the time, I think that was a missed opportunity to maybe the results weren't as telling, right? Maybe they weren't visually as like, oh, I see it, as they might want it to if they're touting this as a brand new feature and making such a big deal out of it.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, though, with low light photography, I mean, there is a clear difference between a good photo with like less reduced noise, and if they're making such a big deal about the fact that they're basically they has the ability to do this sort of 12-frame composite image to kind of reduce noise and improve image quality on the back end, where all the image processing is done at the sensor level rather than through the phone's RAM. Like, show us some images that can kind of showcase this. It's pretty easy. It's to show that an image made like at f1.6 versus 1.5. Like you, there is a way, I'm sure, that you can make it look impressive. I would have loved to
Even
have
cheat
seen
it.
that.
Cheat.
Just something. Just give us something,
Just do
please.
something.
The slow-mo is cool, but as we were saying, this is a feature at 960 frames a second that we've seen on the Xperia phone before. This is not super new. It's only at 720p, so it's not even at 1080p resolution, and it's only for 0.2 seconds. So you really have to make sure that you get that moment right, that you hit it right on the spot, because otherwise you're going to miss that shot. It's cool. It's a really showstopper feature in that respect, but I don't think it's the reason why people are going to be buying a phone is for that slow motion feature. But the camera stuff was really cool, but I wanted to see more. I don't know, anything else that's kind of piqued your interest, Brian, on that presentation?
I think, let's see, what else did I write? Oh, you know what? I did write that we talked about how much they actually trolled Apple.
Yeah.
The problem is that they don't deliver these trolls properly, okay? They kind of like throw them in and the crowd doesn't react at all, and it just falls so flat. To me, look, when Apple has in the past has trolled companies, they delivered it with a little bit of gravitas that made it humorous and people would laugh and react. Like, you can't throw down the hammer and even just train your employees to go like, oh,
it's like sick burn.
or have them dab after they do it. It just they fall flat. But there were at least 4 or 5. There was the notch. There was the fingerprint sensor troll that they said about keeping a fingerprint sensor on a phone. There was the headphone jack troll. There were a lot, so I thought that stood out. But from an actual presentation standpoint, Samsung DexPad, they didn't really talk about it that much. Where I thought they showed more in the leaked video about the DexPad than they did in there. I also did, embarrassingly enough, kind of find their AR emojis fun.
See, you did. I didn't. I was just not feeling that at all.
If you love Bitmojis, these are like Bitmojis on acid.
They're
like Bitmojis on acid.
I love Bitmoji, but I want it to look like my Bitmoji, not like something out of like the Twilight Zone. I mean, it was very bizarre. The way it looked.
I don't know. I mean, again, and I did like the fact they didn't outright make a dig, but they're like, oh, this works on every platform. You can share it, right? You can send it to an iPhone if your friend has an iPhone. I don't know. There's something kind of weird. Like, they're Mii's, but way better Mii's.
Yeah. Well,
like, I just Nintendo Mii's. I was joking something weird about it that I like.
I was just joking about I would love to have like a smackdown. So between an avatar from your Mii, your Bitmoji, your Facebook Spaces VR avatar, like the AR emojis and Animoji, like I want all of these to go into an arena and fight.
What would the parameters be? How you just want to see them fight?
I just want to see. Like I just think it's just going to be so hilarious when you have so many visual representations of yourselves. Like, what is going to happen? Which one is going to win? Because let's face it, Bitmoji at the moment, I use way more than anything else.
I've got Bitmoji on steroids. Bitmoji on steroids.
I know. So
I'm just messing around.
I know, but I wasn't super impressed by those AR emoji. I know Brian was. I was
like, I might actually use those if they can capture the quaff. So we'll see what happens.
I want to see. But I want to say though, I mean, like I know we talk a lot about how this is an iterative update. There's sort of not that much exciting stuff. I think the camera is personally the most exciting part.
That's why I wanted them to focus more on it.
Yeah, I wanted them to focus more on it. But I have to say, like, for people that aren't like us, we follow this extensively. We pretty much update our phones as soon as we can. People that are coming from, say, like the S7, the S6, other Android phones that are older, this is going to be a big jump for them.
Oh, it's going to be a great phone for them.
Let's not underestimate that. I mean, we obviously get really caught up in the specs and everything like that. But I think for most people, this is going to be a significant update and something that is definitely they're going to be looking at when they're coming to, trade up to a new phone. And speaking of the trade-in, that up to $350 trade-in, it's pretty
That's how you keep people. You keep people in your ecosystem by doing that. Mm-hmm. So overall, like they said, the pre-orders, they didn't give an official date. The rumors had said the pre-orders would start on March the 1st, but they did say that the phones will actually go on sale on March the 16th. Yes, correct. March the 16th. Also, you had the pricing out of the gates.
So the S9 will be $720 in the US and $870 for the S9 Plus. Obviously, it's going to vary depending on carrier, but that's kind of the baseline that you're looking at. So probably not at that $100 extra rumor that we were hearing.
That's
over the
that's
S8,
actually a
but
really
it's-
great price if you think about it. I mean, considering what we have the iPhone at $999, so you're talking about $270 difference. Sorry. Sorry, I'm Asian and I should know math better than that, but my abacus is broken right now. I had to move the beads around a little. But yeah. $280. Oh, come on.
That's okay. It's not including tax though. Let's not
yeah,
forget. That's
totally.
what tax. That changes the numbers completely.
That's I mean, and it's not even like a mid-tier phone, you know. That's
this is
quality.
top
You're getting
tier.
quality. I think even from someone who went from, you know, when you talk about previous phones to upgrade, the camera's going to blow them away on the S9. So, I think they did what they had to do. I'm sorry for people that think a new phone has to be great just by having a completely new form factor. I don't subscribe to that anymore. I guess I'm kind of past that point.
We just got to wait for the flexible phone, you know, the foldable phone.
Yeah.
Samsung says it's coming. Like,
yeah, the
you
one
know,
that goes on your wrist.
yeah,
I'm down with that.
Like, what? It's
I'm
coming.
down.
It's coming. So we have something to look forward to. One other thing I wanted to mention that I think is another underrated thing is the Dolby Atmos. They kind of mentioned this in the presentation, but seriously, if you've heard Dolby Atmos, I mean, I know the Razer phone has got it on board. I haven't
HTC
actually
has
heard
one of the
that.
phones also.
HTC, but I've heard it on a Huawei MateBook, and that it's just incredible. The sound quality of that, it's coming from literally like a little tiny strip of speakers, and it sounds like the sound is coming from all around you. So I'm so excited to see what that sounds like on the S9.
You know, I love my Dolby Atmos, y'all. I complain about it because a certain company said they would put it in their product and they didn't.
Certain
fruit company said it would be in a certain product for television. It's still not there yet. I'm waiting. We'll see. We'll see.
That might be a bad fruit.
Yeah, you know what? So what we're going to do before we head out, we're not going to take calls because guess what? It's Sunday morning and you guys and gals should also do other things with your life. We're going to play CNET's first look that the NDA lifted when the keynote started. But check this out, and then that's how we'll wrap things up. Remember, whenever you guys want to come and check out stuff with CNET Live, we'll always be here for all the big events. But we're going to finish up on the first look, and then we'll just be out there. We'll just go to black after, okay?
Totally.
Say goodbye.
Yeah, bye. But if you have questions, tweet us.
Tweet.
Let us know. We
and
wanna
move
talk
this
to you.
mic out of your face. Come on. It was
right
in your
there,
face. It
but
was like
it's so-
in your face. All right, there you go. Much better. All right, everybody. Hey, Beach, thanks for running the show, baby.
Yeah, no sweat, man.
All right, here's the first look from CNET, and make sure to stick on CNET.com. More articles, follow-ups, first looks, reviews. You know where to go. You know how to do it. All right, peace. Is audio? It's crunchy, yeah?
The Galaxy S9 and S9
Let's get
Plus
out of it.
are here. These are
Sorry, we're having
Samsung's
some
answers.
technical difficulties, guys. Something's happening with our.
You know what?
computer
Just get
here.
it. You know what? You can give our website a hit. Even better. Just go check it out on the website.
Yeah, here's the website.
Right there.
All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. Take care. Be safe. All right. Peace.
Bye.